Hi guys, this is Crystal, and welcome to another episode of Blind Love, a visual novel about being blind and being in love. Last time we had a little time with our girlfriend, we kind of decided to go to a party we were invited to, and we had just arrived to the party. So let's see how this plays out. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. Um, as you see, let me tell you guys, this is kind of frustrating. Like the last time I played, I was trying to, I didn't want to, what am I trying to say? I didn't want to save over a file and possibly lose where we were. I went to hit save, and wouldn't save over the first file we had. So I thought that was really weird. But I thought that it was just something kind of normal or something. So I tried closing the game and opening it up again, and it didn't work. So I had to kind of fast forward to where we were, and I picked all the same choices and stuff. But it's just another part of a supposedly accessible game, supposedly game. But it says it's accessible, and there's some parts that are pretty important that aren't, and I find that happens a lot in visual novels. Like the opening screen, as you see every time I load the game, it doesn't say like, oh, this is how you load your game, how you quit the game, how to start a new game. I just know from fiddling around with the title screen things, and closing the game a bunch of times, kind of figuring out where it is by doing that. So the fourth file down is the one that we're currently in, because it's like the one, because of the second one that I found by accidentally by accidentally saving on that one to make sure that I wouldn't overwrite the first save file. So yeah, it's just kind of something that's really annoying in these visual novels, and I wish it would kind of go away. But let's get into the game. I think I'm a few sentences behind from where we saved, so let's just start from there.
Eventually, we finally slowed and parked the car. I assumed we had arrived, so as the car was turned off, I unbuckled my seatbelt and exited the car. I stood by my car door, holding out my arm for Crystal and waiting for her to circle around the vehicle.
Ah.
As her arm looped under mine, I gently pulled her close to me and began to walk.
Oh yeah.
Crystal led the way, but we were at last at the gala. The
At the
faint sound
gala.
of chatter slowly began to grow louder with each step that we took. As Crystal suddenly stopped walking, I recoiled back a bit to try and stop. Crystal supported me to staying upright, but I knew something was up.
Does he not have his cane in this image or something?
Alex, what is?
Hey!
Hey.
Josh's voice reverberated through the air in our direction, forcing me to look in its direction. A pair of footsteps made their way to us, making me assume that he had come to greet us.
He is like Daredevil. He hears things reverberating through the air. Hey, 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 hey.
It's been a while.
That it has. You look beautiful.
You look okay, Alex.
Thank you.
They're not acting like friends.
Alex, Josh. I held my arm out in the direction I thought he was in and felt him take it, affirming my thoughts.
Huzzah.
We shook hands and he chuckled.
So have you finally given up on the life of being a recluse?
Yeah, I guess.
Alex, don't count on it just yet. Let's just see how tonight goes. It's been months since I've been out, after all.
Because if it doesn't go well, I'm gonna just be a recluse again. And isn't a party kind of a big thing to go to? If you are kind of being a shut-in, maybe just like walk outside, go to the park.
Very true. Well, I certainly am glad you're here. People have been asking about you like crazy.
Like crazy. Oh.
That's because you talk about me all the time.
Ha. Oh.
Really? What have people been asking? That's because you talk about me
There's
all
only
the
a
time.
cocky answer and a low self-esteem answer.
Really?
I'll
That's
pick the
because
kind
of
of cocky one.
Josh laughed, making me laugh as well. It was good to hear him not from a set of computer speakers.
I talk about you all the time because you deserve fame. If you didn't, I would never even associate with you.
Harsh.
Alex, I don't know whether or not to feel complimented or insulted.
Maybe a bit of both.
Take it however you like. Everyone here knows about you, whether you like it or not.
Oh snap, Josh is kind of a jerk in person.
Alex, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. I may have talked about your upcoming book at a couple of interviews, so you may be a little famous.
Oh snap.
You've been talking about his book? It hasn't even come out yet on his blog.
I couldn't help it. The last couple of chapters were so interesting. I had to rev up some hype for it.
Hooray! Because I chose the alternate way of doing things. It's not a typical hero's journey.
My chest began to tighten in nervousness. It was my first book, and yet now everyone here assumingly knew about it before it even came out.
Oh no. That's a good
I
thing.
expected some familiarity with the other guests, but to be known for a hype book, I couldn't stop the nerves in my body from quaking.
Quickity quake.
Luckily, Crystal gently squeezed my arm, calming me down with her touch.
Hooray.
It was good to have her by my side to keep me grounded.
Still, you should have asked about publicly talking about the book first before revealing anything.
Crystal only has two modes, being coddling and overprotective and being like, rawr, 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 rawr.
I know, I'm sorry.
You should be. Oh, did I miss something? Go back.
I know, I'm sorry. Forgive me?
Oh, forgive me. That's all I missed.
Let's just get inside. It's all right. Let's just.
Let's do that one.
I gently pulled on Crystal's arm, motioning her to guide me inside.
Ah.
I was a little frustrated, but I had to move on.
Does he seriously not have a cane?
Silently, Crystal walked with me towards the chatter of the gala with the footsteps of Josh not far behind me.
If he didn't bring his guide dog, he would have brought his cane. Like, ugh, so frustrating. But let me know if he has a cane in the pictures, guys.
Whatever he shared, I had to be ready to be questioned. We stepped into a space that sounded like the inside of a chapel.
Aww.
Tile or marble lined the floor, echoing the sound of Crystal's heels up from the surface.
Sounds like wood to me.
Josh helped us through the space and told us the gala was an outdoor event. I sighed a bit to myself. At least I'd have fresh air to help me calm down. The moment we stepped outside, I could feel the subtle pressure of eyes staring into my form from all directions.
The subtle pressure. Okay.
We didn't make any sort of grand entrance, but the people around us and ahead of us were curious as to who I was, turning to gaze at me and stare me down.
Rebel, rebel, rebel.
Part of me felt like retreating. I couldn't lock eyes with anyone, nor could I take in my surroundings visually. My other senses became almost overloaded as my nerves tingled from the stares on me. Was I hallucinating? Maybe I was. Maybe my body was imagining danger for the sake of scaring me back to my apartment.
Yeah, seriously, this shouldn't have been the first place he's been to in 3 months. He probably should have started with some baby steps. And maybe they could have mentioned that in the week of preparation that we had for getting ready for the gala. Maybe Crystal should have had the forethought to take Alex outside to get him used to going outside again. I don't know.
Still, I couldn't help but recognize the feeling of being stared at in my body.
Uh-oh.
Alex, Crystal.
Yeah?
I'm scared.
Are people staring at us? Nothing. Are people staring at us?
I'll go on the tangent he started already.
I had to know. I had to affirm my senses, and Crystal was the one with the ability to see.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Everyone in the room has their eyes on you.
As much as the thought made my nerves jump around, I was thankful that she was honest with me. I nodded to her before taking a breath. Crystal began to guide me further into the event area, where I became surrounded by hushed whispers and stares.
Ooh.
I gulped silently. This really wasn't how I intended to return. I must have looked like some sort of jerk wearing sunglasses at night. I had to wear them, though.
So
I
I
didn't need
can.
to open my eyes, and letting people stare at my closed eyes was, according to Crystal, awkward.
You can open your eyes. But yeah, I know that's the thing some blind people do. They just wear sunglasses all the time. It depends on the situation for me. I usually just keep my eyes open. It's not really that big of a deal.
They were pretty generic shades, though, so I hoped that I didn't look entirely like a pompous jerk.
Get some aviators.
Eventually, we stopped with Crystal pulling my arm back to halt my walk. I heard the soft fizz of drinks near us as someone, assumedly a server, spoke.
Aww.
Would you care for a drink?
I shook my head. As much as a drink sounded good, I wasn't in the mood for a drink at that moment.
Good idea, Alex.
We had only just arrived. As I felt someone reach around me, I scooted to the side to give the person room.
Relax, it's just me. You may not want champagne, but I always make sure to have a glass in my hand.
Lush. Now let's
Make
see.
a joke. Nod.
Let's
Make a joke.
make a joke.
I smirked. Alex, it's champagne? I couldn't tell. Looks like fizzy water to me.
Ha ha
Huh?
ha.
How could you tell? Are you sure? Wow. I cannot believe I fell for that.
That's a pretty good one. There you go, Alex. You're learning how to joke with your blindness.
Galas were meant to be fun. If I couldn't enjoy the scenery, I had to adjust my enjoyment. I had to relax.
Yay. I'm glad he's learning that because, like I was saying, however many parts ago, I think the second one, like, yeah, there are different ways to enjoy things. Just because you can't see Alex, it doesn't mean that you should, like, not go to parties and have fun and stuff. I'm glad that they're bringing that across here.
Soon enough, I wasn't just gazed upon anymore. I was approached by random people, being
Ooh,
asked about my work and about my book.
cool.
I didn't spoil anything. As a writer, you never want to give spoiler details about your stories before they are finished. I
True.
took pride in keeping every secret about the story mere secrets. I was introduced to fellow writers, editors, publishers, and readers as time marched on without a care. There were so many things I missed about social events.
Yay.
Meeting new people was one of them. Each new voice I heard I tried to memorize. Since I couldn't compliment their outfits or face, I settled for the way they talked and the way they laughed.
That is pretty fun to do.
It was a new kind of game for me.
Yay.
Instead of describing colors, patterns, or visual appearances, I had to mentally note pitches, tones, textures, and anything else my other senses could catch. It was stunning to think about, but something about how my disability forced me to use my other senses made my world seem less material and more descriptive.
Better for writing.
There were tastes to savor, smells to endure and inhale, sounds to drown in, and surfaces to run my fingers along, one being the arm of Crystal. I felt that all of this could make my writing stronger. I could delve into this new world my lack of sight put me in.
Totally.
Being locked up in my apartment barred me from truly experiencing these new sensations. It was a good idea to come. Alex, are you okay?
Yeah, it's nothing.
I could tell that she was lying just from the sound of her voice.
She does that a
Why
lot.
would she lie? I gently squeezed her hand, trying to calm her down. Alex, I can practically feel your anxiousness for something through your arm. What's wrong?
Tell me.
I want to dance.
Then dance.
Alex, what?
You can't see it, but there's a dance floor, and there's a bunch of couples dancing together.
Dance. My mind went blank at the idea,
Dance,
unsure
baby.
of how to feel. I really didn't need my eyes to dance, but seeing her made any dance much more memorable than any sense could describe.
Remember, Alex, remember.
I felt waves of different emotions rush at me all at once. I felt anxious, nervous, confused, sad, and blank all at once.
And
I
blank.
was unsure of what to say.
I don't know if blank is an emotion.
Don't worry about it. We can keep mingling.
No, dance. Can I choose to dance?
Let's dance.
Yeah, let's
Are you
dance.
sure?
Let's
Let's
dance.
dance. Help, I surprised myself. I looked in her direction and smiled gently, letting her know visually that I was serious.
Yeah.
I could practically hear a smile grow onto her face as she gently led me to the dance floor, away from the group that wanted us to join their chatter.
I like this remix of the title song. It's nice.
I didn't care for their words. I wanted to make Crystal happy.
Yay.
If dancing made her happy, then I was willing to dance with her. Crystal finally stopped and moved to stand in front of me.
It's so
I
sweet.
wrapped one arm around her as she lifted my other hand and let me hold it beside us.
Aw.
Slowly, we began to sway to the music around us, letting the soft rhythm guide our bodies side to side.
It's so magical.
Sure, I wasn't able to see her face, but I knew that Crystal was smiling like an angel. The
Aw.
memory of such a sight made my heart both squeeze in pain and inflate with joy. Despite not being able to see her, I still loved the warmth of her body and the smell of her perfume. Both reminded me constantly that she was with me. I wasn't in heaven or in any purgatory. I was here with her.
Aw.
In exchange for my eyes, I got to stay around and be with the one I loved. For moments like this, it was a fair trade.
Aw, it's so sweet.
I felt Crystal lay her head against my shoulder, causing me to gently nuzzle her with my cheek.
I love the way they write these like cute moments, like the ones in the beginning at the hospital. Like I really like when they write these. The romantic parts in this are really, really well done. I like it a lot.
Alex, you can't blame me if I step on your toes.
Then you won't mind if I lead the dance?
Oh snap!
Alex, it's not like I can see where I'm going, anyway.
Yay, she laughed at it. We're finally starting to heal.
She was dancing with me, in my arms, and laughing. I couldn't have been happier.
Thank you.
Alex, you're welcome. With a smile, I gently pulled her to my side. Crystal looped her arm under mine and guided me off the dance floor,
Aw.
leading me somewhere.
Enjoy yourself on the dance floor?
Yup. It was perfect.
Yes, we enjoyed ourselves. She wanted to. Yes. I had to admit it, I was worried over nothing. Nothing bad came out of dancing with Crystal. In fact, I even made her happy. That made me happy.
Yeah, get out of your comfort zone and you'd be surprised what makes you happy, Alex.
I, however, smirked in the direction of Josh's voice. Alex, I'm surprised you didn't dance with Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Uh-oh. Did they break up?
I tilted my head slightly. With Josh
Whoops.
cleared his
Nice.
I tilted my head slightly. Was something wrong? Josh cleared his throat before speaking again.
First, let's get more champagne. I'm out, and I need a new glass.
Uh-oh, I think they broke
It's
up.
done over.
Oh, snap.
Crystal gripped to my arm, almost blocking blood flow, and I instantly turned my head to the sound.
What happened?
As the sound of drizzling fizz liquid reached my ears, I put two and two together. A bottle of champagne was popped open behind us.
Oh, I thought it was something. I thought the blood was like blood gushed out of her. Oh no, there was a gunshot. That's what it sounded like. I thought it was gonna be tragedy.
Hey, watch where you're popping that. You scared the poor woman.
My apologies, sir.
She startles easily. It's okay, babe.
Never knew champagne could be so violent to open. Are you okay? Never knew
I like this
champagne
one.
could be
That's
so
why
violent
people
to
need to be
open.
more careful where they open them.
I could tell Josh was mad. Hell, I was mad, too. Crystal held to my arm like a vice from the sound.
Jeez, it wasn't that bad.
Still, a warning would have been nice.
I'll be right back.
What is the problem?
Crystal suddenly released my arm and began to walk away from me. I instinctively reached out, but someone placed their hand on my shoulder.
Let her go. She needs to relax. That idiot popping the bottles set her off.
That's so dumb. It should have been something a bit more severe, like maybe she saw Tyler glaring at Josh or something. I don't know, champagne bottles. This is a little extreme.
Alex. I knew that sudden noises freaked Crystal out, but I had never experienced such a tense reaction.
Oh, I just realized it may be PTSD because of the veteran thing that they mentioned at the very beginning of the game that I totally forgot about. Because, like I said, it sounded like a gunshot. So maybe that may be why she's freaking out so much.
Alex, did she look okay?
No, she looked dead pale.
Alex. I felt terrible. I couldn't do anything to help her despite being the one she clung onto.
You could
Was
go.
I really that useless?
You could go and see. Oh, wait. No, you can't. Because it's the ladies' room. But you could still do something.
Josh knew that something was wrong, so he tightened his grip on my shoulder.
It's okay, bruh.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself, okay? She just needs a little time to breathe. She can't do that when she's clinging to you.
I don't know.
Still, you're right. Still,
It's kind of weird because the choices, because like you're right doesn't really flow with what's going on. It kind of fizzles out the conversation. And I feel like there's always a choice like this one, like still. There's always a choice that continues the dialogue, and then there's always one that doesn't and shuts down the conversation. And I kind of wish there was a third option or just a second option that maybe it's a little more negative but still furthers the conversation instead of just shutting it down, because I don't know, the way I like to play is more story driven, so like I'm always gonna pick the choice that furthers the conversation. So I kind of wish there was either a third option or the second one was different, but let's pick still because that sounds like it's what's actually gonna further the combo.
I know, it's rough, but trust her, okay? She'll be fine.
Okay.
I let out a sigh. She just needed some time to relax. I would stay until she returned.
Hopefully she comes back.
I turned to the direction of Josh's voice, trying to relax myself as well.
You'll be my ride if she doesn't come back, right?
Alex, now, you still haven't told me about Tyler.
Uh-oh.
Why isn't he here?
Uh-oh.
He didn't come. He said he didn't want to.
Alex, he didn't want to? Why?
We're broken up.
Well, Tyler and I have been... well, let's just say we've been having some disagreements as of late.
Oh no.
Alex, disagreements.
I knew someone was gonna break up in this game.
Yeah, Tyler has been trying to get into psychology, which I support him in all, but he's been so obsessed with it.
Mm-mm.
Alex, what do you mean by that?
What exactly do you mean by that?
He's been watching me like a hawk ever since he started interning at a local clinic. He keeps taking notes on what I eat, what I read, everything. He
Uh-oh.
won't stop.
That is a little weird.
I've asked him to stop multiple times, but he keeps saying that he's practicing for his internship. At first I was okay with it, but now it's almost freaky.
Gotta respect boundaries, Tyler.
I heard Josh sigh and chug down a drink before continuing. He must have been pretty upset about all of this.
Eventually, I started going out more. I've practically memorized the layout of my town by how many times I've walked through it. I just needed to get away from him. But whenever I get home, he starts questioning me.
Aw.
Where did you go? Who did you see? Why are you leaving the house? Over and over and over again.
Dun dun dun.
I understand that he's trying to be a better analyzer and stuff, but he's practically choking me.
Alex, damn. Don't you think you're being a little rough on him? I'm sorry. That must suck.
Yeah, it does.
Alex, well, what are you going to do?
That's the thing. I don't know. I love him, but I just...
It was rough to hear my friend going through a bad time. I wanted to support him, but it was his relationship. I didn't need to get involved.
I think you did good,
I reached
Alex.
out and gave him a pat on the shoulder, using his hand on my shoulder as a guide to land on target.
Good call, Alex. Good call.
Alex, it'll be fine, man. Just let it go for now and keep doing what you're doing. He'll come around.
I hope so.
Josh let out another sigh and chugged yet another drink down before tightening his grip on my shoulder.
Can I be honest?
Uh-oh.
Alex, what's up?
Is it bad that I sometimes envy you?
Interesting. Once again, another really interesting part in this game. Ah, like I keep on saying, I'm so polarized about this game.
Alex, envy me. Why would anyone envy me? I ride, eat pizza, and play with Yoshi every day. Sometimes I'd eat Chinese food instead, but my life wasn't grand.
That's pretty good. I would like that life, Alex.
For you not being able to see. Instead of pushing you away or pestering you, the one you love is taking care of you.
Aw, yeah, it is a pretty good life.
Alex. Was he really trying to compare our relationships with my blindness?
Yup.
I know I sound so wrong, and I know that it doesn't make sense, but at least you're being taken care of and stuff. I'm struggling to even keep my relationship from falling apart.
He's got a point.
You're an asshole.
That's so extreme.
Crystal and I have our problems, too. You're an asshole.
Yeah, I don't want to do that one. That one's mean.
Chris-
How'd I get to it?
Crystal and I have our problems, too.
Really?
Alex, yet. We're not always a happy-go-lucky couple.
I hope this
We have
doesn't.
our issues.
I hope this
I'm
doesn't
blind,
get back to her.
For God's sake. She
Oh.
has to deal with me and my issues all the time.
Kind of a harsh wording.
It was true. She was taking care of me and I couldn't do anything to help her, even when she had her own struggles. Alex, it's rough when you can't help the one you're with. Think about it like that instead. What would you do if Tyler was blind?
Seriously? Oh.
Josh. Alex, if you loved him, you would help him. So, why not help him now? He wants to be good at his job and you pushing him away isn't helping.
Oh, snap.
You're right.
Alex, you know it.
I'm always right, dude.
I gave Josh a gentle squeeze on the shoulder before releasing him and letting out a sigh. I felt bad for being a burden Crystal had to carry, but I was still thankful.
And now it goes back to being kind of annoying.
I gently moved my head from side to side, stretching out my neck. Crystal had been gone for quite a while, but she knew the way back, right?
Right.
Alex, hey, what time is it?
Huh? Oh, it's 8:59.
That's
It's almost
all.
time for the fireworks.
Woohoo.
Fireworks. Alex, fireworks.
Huh? Yeah, didn't I tell you?
Alex, no. You didn't tell me.
I'm gonna be set off about this. Fireworks are visual.
As my words ended, I heard the whistles of rockets fly into the sky above, bursting one by one and earning applause from the people around us.
Woohoo. Oh, right, it's an outside party. I was gonna say, I thought they were gonna have to walk outside.
My mind, however, began to fly back to the popping champagne and how violently Crystal reacted to it. If she was set off by a simple pop, then fireworks would be hell on earth for her.
True.
Alex, I have to find her. I quickly turned to leave and try to find Crystal, but Josh grabbed my arm, stopping me.
Hold on!
Ow!
No.
You were gonna step right off of a cliff.
What?
Yeah, let's do that one.
I turned my head and body back to Josh, wanting so much to pull away.
How are you going to find her when you're blind? Let me help.
What? You can look for her if you have your cane and you know decently of the terrain. Like, he could get back inside. He could ask somebody else for help. Come on. Come on, game. Ugh.
No. Okay.
Oh, I don't remember what we were supposed to... My bad short-term memory kicks in.
No.
Okay, let me just go back and I remember.
How are you going to find her when you're blind? Let me help.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's pick okay.
Josh had his eyes. He would be able to guide me to Crystal without me wandering hopeless.
Hopelessly.
Josh took my hand and placed it on my shoulder before walking ahead of me. I gripped to him as I followed. I was slightly irritated that I needed help, but my focus had to be on finding Crystal, not on my disability. The fireworks continued to crash and explode into the sky, whistling and booming above us. I grew more worried as more fireworks went off. Josh placed a hand on mine, trying to reassure me that everything was okay.
Do guys do that to each other? I don't know.
I kept moving only to stop at the sound of crying. The voice behind the whimpers was one I knew. Alex, Crystal. I bolted in the direction of the crying. As I rushed forward, I felt myself move farther away from the event area. Did Crystal really go that far away?
How do you hear her crying if she did?
I slowed my running as I got closer to Crystal's cries, eventually going into a slow walk.
I hope this is gonna lead to, oh, I can support her, and it doesn't matter that I'm blind, I can still support her in non-visual ways.
Her voice came from below and I knew that I had approached her form. I stopped right as my shins gently brushed against her, letting me know that she was curled into herself. I was hovering directly over her body, feeling her gasp and shudder both from fear of what I would do and from the explosions above us. I remained still, deciding what to do.
Pat her on the head. Now let's see what it is.
Cover her from the fireworks. Pull her back into your arms.
Yeah, sounds good.
Pull her back into your arms. Instantly, I heard someone run up to me and pull me away, making me stand. Alex, what are you?
Leave her be. She needs space.
No, she doesn't.
I tried to move but Josh continued to pull me away and held me still. I needed
No.
to help her. He would not let me go until the fireworks ended.
She doesn't need space. She needs something better than dragging me away from her.
As they died, Josh released me and stepped away. I turned to yell at him, but Crystal made a small whimpering noise, stopping me. Alex, Crystal,
I'm sorry.
I heard her shift on the ground before Josh moved past me and stood by Crystal. She let out a small grunt, letting me know that Josh was helping her up. Alex, Crystal,
Because Alex can't help her up.
Let's go.
You're not going anywhere until you calm down. I'll take him home.
What? What? No.
I can stay. All right. I can stay.
No, I'll stay.
I know you want to stay, but this time, she needs to relax on her own. I'll bring her home when she calms down, okay? She's not well enough to bring you back, so I have to.
Josh, you're being a jerk again.
Alex, but
Don't fight me on this. She's not the only one taking care of you, and right now, she can't.
This is such a slap in the face. Like, I'm really annoyed with this entire sequence. Come on. Ugh, I can't describe. It's just it's so annoying. Let him stay with her. Stop. Like, Josh is coddling him in, like, a bad way. Like, I don't know, he's getting defensive and stuff. And, like, the beginning of the evening was going so well. I don't know why it had to, like, spiral into this annoyingness.
I couldn't say anything more. I had to let Josh take control of the situation. It's not like I could have done anything. It was over. The night eventually became a memory to look back on.
Okay. I don't get any aftermath or anything.
Thinking about it, I didn't know if there was anything I would have changed. I went with what I thought was right, so the future that was in store was mine.
Aww.
Josh and Tyler were able to work out their differences.
Yay.
After sitting down, both of them talked out their issues with each other. One thing was for certain, though, they truly did love each other. It was tough to detail everything, sure, but eventually they understood each other and worked out a way to make both of them happy. I almost didn't recognize the joy in Josh's voice when he told me about a date he and Tyler had planned. I
Hooray.
was happy for him. As for my book, I finally finished it. The book became a bestseller for being both romance and action-based. The
Yay.
story of a hero torn between love and duty captured readers everywhere.
Totally. I mean, I would totally go read that book.
Many companies begged to represent me for my next books. I was even approached to make my book a film. How crazy was that?
That escalated quickly.
Still, I had a long way to go before I could call myself a successful writer.
That's pretty successful, dude.
As for Crystal, however,
Oh no.
we became closer than before.
Okay, good.
After that night, Crystal began to call me more often to check on me and visited me every night.
Yay.
I was beyond happy to have her. Not only did she help clean the house and play with Yoshi, but she made sure I didn't always eat delivery by cooking dinner each time she came.
He should learn how to cook eventually. And Yoshi, the worst guide dog ever.
Man, was she an amazing cook. Eventually, I would ask her to move in with me. I loved her dearly and never wanted to leave her side.
Marry her.
Until then, we would build our love to a perfect romance.
Aww. Our blind love.
And, almost perfect.
Huh. I wonder how I could get a perfect. Huh, okay. That was interesting. But like I predicted, I figured the gala would be the end, and it was. It was pretty good. Like, the game overall was pretty good. It was a nice short game, and I wasn't aware that a point system was in effect. I thought that the choices were kind of just story, like, you get different scenes and it wasn't going to be point related. But apparently, from the almost perfect end, it was a point system. I wonder if, like, I got a perfect end if I ask Crystal to marry me or something like that. I kind of want to play through it again and see. But my final thoughts on Blind Love. Like I said throughout this, there are a lot of things done right in regards to like portraying the blindness and stuff, but the majority of things are kind of like misinformation, things that are perceived by a sighted person that a blind person would be doing or feeling or something that may not necessarily be true. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with they needed to flesh out Alex a teeny bit more. He was very passive in the story, and like Crystal and Josh, like I don't even remember what the female character's actual name was. I think it was Sierra or something like that. But like Crystal and Josh needed to kind of take a bit more of a backseat. Like Alex wasn't really talking about how he felt at a deeper level. It was just kind of like, oh, I'm blind, so I can't do this. Oh, I'm blind, so I can't do that. Oh, why? And until the end, we kind of got something more where he was like, I just want to support Crystal and be there for her and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would have been a little better with my choices if I knew there were a point system in place. Whoops. I'm glad we got the good ending for the book part. Like I said, I'm thinking that there's probably better choices I could have made for the love interest for Alex to get a perfect ending maybe. But we'll see if I care to like go through the game again and see how that works exactly. But yeah, like I said before, the guide dog stuff wasn't done well at all. The other tech stuff was done pretty well, like the screen reader, the text-to-speech stuff, the dictation software thing. Like, the rest of it was pretty good. Other stuff was kind of my preference. Like I said, he probably would learn to cook some things. He wouldn't be completely helpless. He probably would have been in, like, a vocational rehabilitation program, relearning how to do all of these things, since it was only 3 months out. I kind of wish it had taken place maybe a year out, so we had a little more of a time progression, Alex being a little more independent. And other than that, other than other things I've said in other parts of this game, it was a pretty solid game. Would I play it again? Like I said, probably, because I want to see if I can get a perfect ending. I'm wondering what choices I need to make differently to get a completely perfect ending. But I'm glad that we finished this, guys. I had some technical difficulties and I was kind of afraid I wasn't going to be able to finish this. But I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm looking for other visual novels to play. I have one in mind that I really enjoyed that I want to show you guys. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play of Blind Love. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. Be on the lookout for more Let's Plays in the future. And if you want to see more of Blind Love, I'll link the playlist down in the description. And other than that, I want to see you on the next part. But this is the final part. So have an awesome day, guys. Bye.